All right, YouTube, what is up? We're here. Chat, hello. New York Comic Con 2025. Recap, talking about stuff. I'm going to show off what I bought, what I did, what I did with other people, what I cosplay, everything. It's going to probably honestly take a while. Maybe not. I don't know. It shouldn't be that long, but because a lot that happened. Everything is good. There's something bad that happened. Of course, there wouldn't be. But I have a list of basically how everything went down throughout the weekend. So I didn't miss anything. I probably still will miss something because it was a long weekend. It was from Thursday to Monday. The con is Thursday to Sunday, but I stayed till Monday. Because Sunday was trash out. It was really rainy. I think there was like a flash flood warning throughout the day. So I didn't feel like leaving, since I just hate driving. In New York City, it sucks. It's terrible. I almost ran over somebody who was on crack or some sort of illicit drug, who was running around the streets or the highway as I was on my way there. So I guess that's the first thing I can talk about is here. So here's a picture of us at Comic-Con on Friday. But before I get into, what happened at the convention, let me talk about for a second what happened prior to the convention. So I got there Thursday. Not much happened prior. I drove there, as I always do. Quite far, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And so I usually don't drive into the city because I don't like driving into the city. So I usually drive outside and I train in. But this time I drove in because I had a lot of stuff. And so when I was on my way there, I was getting off an exit, and there was a crackhead doing this in front of the cars. Halt, dude. What? I almost hit this guy, as did the 5 people in front of me, as did the 5 people behind me. So that's the first thing that happened. I just remember that right now. I didn't write that down on here, which is funny, but I just remember that. So that happened, which was crazy. I didn't hit him, luckily, or maybe whatever. Welcome to the New York City dance. That's New York City. That's just how it is. But that happened, and so thank you for the follow. Q emotions, commotions, and Ada. Thank you for the follow earlier. But yeah, so I got there, chat. And Thursday was I didn't go to the con because I only had a 2-day... Oh my god, I'm out of breath now. Jesus, man. I only went 2 days. I went Friday and Saturday, or we went Friday, Saturday, because NYCC, New York Comic Con, is really expensive. It was like $90 per day. And for 4 days, it's $250. And for perspective, usually I go to Otakon, Katsucon, Anime NYC. I've been to some other smaller ones. And those, Otakon is usually about $90 for 3 days. Now, it's much smaller than New York Comic Con. New York Comic Con is probably top 5, top 3 biggest conventions in America when it comes to nerd stuff, not counting like a CES or like a tech trade show with companies. For anime, gaming, nerdy stuff, I think New York Comic Con's top 3. I could be wrong, but I believe it's pretty massive. So it being more expensive makes sense, but it's still really expensive either way. Realistically, should it be that expensive? I don't know, but it's fucking pricey. So we only went 2 days because obviously, like I said, I couldn't really afford this trip in general. Still unemployed. But I bought the tickets 3-4 months ago. So we went. But I got there. And that's pretty much it that happened Thursday. Just hung out with Coco and Zach and we chilled, whatever. And then Friday, starting off the day, chat. So first Comic-Con I've ever been to. Never been there before. And it was so fun. We did Star Wars Friday, so I did Anakin. It's like okay, so I did Anakin. Coco did Padme in the yellow like Valley dress from Episode 2. Zach did Obi-Wan. And so my Anakin is like it's like Episode 2, but Episode 3, because if you're like a Star Wars nerd, you're like, Anakin, his hair is longer. I just used my natural hair because I didn't feel like getting a wig. So but that doesn't really matter, right? But the robes I have on are the Episode 2 robes, because he has like basically all brown or like black for what he's wearing. In Episode 2, he has the tan like under the tan one I have on. And then the lightsaber I have is Episode 2 lightsaber. So either way, it's like a mix of 2 and 3. It doesn't really matter. Coco's in Episode 2 because that's what Padme wears in Episode 2. But that's what we did Friday, and it was so fun. It was very comfortable. Usually cosplays that I wear are kind of uncomfy because I have like armor and other shit on me. Unfortunately, because I make most of my own, and even if you buy them, you usually have to like edit them and like change them to fit better. So usually they're not comfortable. It feels like stuff is always falling off, like Cloud. FF7 Cloud, OG Cloud, Advent Children Cloud, anything FF usually is always falling off. Anything with armor, I can't even think of other cosplays I've done. I've done a plethora. Zoro, Egghead Zoro was falling off. That was not super comfortable. You know, certain wigs that are long. It doesn't matter. Either way, Anakin was mad comfortable because I just used my hair and messed with it with like a straightener and whatever. So it was great. It was comfy. We had fun. Never been, like I said, so we just like walked around all day and just had fun, all of us together doing stuff. Not as much happened on Friday compared to like a Saturday or Sunday, because it was like the first day and we were just like getting into everything. But we did Star Wars. It was great. Had a great time. And then earlier in the morning, I met Subtext. So chat, if you don't know, Subtext is a Final Fantasy, or not only Final Fantasy, but he does a lot of FF content. He made the like crazy good FF7 video on Rebirth from like, it's been like 5 months now, maybe longer, maybe a bit shorter, I don't know. But he made the really good FF7 video that I feel like everybody watched. But he's very nice. Talked to him. So I bumped it. So it was me, Zach, Coco. And I was messaging him, Subtext, and I was like, yo, I want to say what's up, because I've never talked to you in person. And we were going to try to, like, meet up or something at the Capcom panel that was later in the day. And randomly in the beginning of the day, I saw him, and I was like, oh, my God, look who it is. And so I bumped into him and his friend, and Elaney, an artist, FF artist, or she does plethora of things, but she does some FF stuff as well. But so we talked to them. They're all really, really nice. It was awesome. Great combos about FF and just games in general. I was talking my ass off, as I always do. But it was really fun. It was really nice. I was very happy that happened earlier in the day, because we didn't even go to the Capcom panel at all in the first place. So that saved like a headache of trying to meet up or whatever. But something like that, April or something. Yeah, it was whatever. But yeah, it was a great video either way. But yeah, it was great. So that's the first thing that happened. Which was a good way to start off the day, because it's always nice running into people that I either know or I've never met before, or I know online, because I don't know, chat, like I don't leave my house much. Obviously in like I'm on the East Coast. A lot of mutuals I have, there's a bug on my screen. Oh my God. There we go. I don't leave my house much, and I only go to conventions, and I only go to a handful of them every year, and they're mostly anime cons. So like a lot of creators or whatever that I know of, or are like mutuals with, or blah 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 blah, don't go to those. So it was cool that I could like actually see people that I've interacted with online before, and even then, it's still not even a majority of everybody, because most people are on the West Coast, unfortunately. Shout out like all the people over there at the West Coast. One day I'll come to the West Coast. No TwitchCon this year, but eventually. The panel is stuff you've seen, plus I think you've played stuff at Capcom. Yeah, I played RE9. Dude, it was so good. It was so okay. I'll talk about that in a second. It was so good. I'm so happy. I did that Saturday. But yeah, Chad, that happened on Friday. And And so then after that, we just like walked around some more, and then we went to the FF meetup. We went to the FF meetup. That was like at 3 or 4, and so not all my friends, but the people running the Final Fantasy meetup at Comic-Con were friends of mine, or like online friends, whatever. I would say friends, which was really cool. We didn't obviously wear FF. We wanted to. We were originally going to do FF7 Avalanche. I was going to do Biggs. Coco would do Jesse. Zach would do Wedge. But Jessie or Coco never got her Jessie armor finished because it's a lot of work. And Biggs I have mostly done. But we didn't get to do that because that was the original plan. But either way, we still went to say hello and, like, you know, be there for them because the people running it are very sweet people. And Ray Chase and Robbie Damon showed up. I didn't say hello to them because we were in and out just to say hi. And when the meetup started, like, there's no reason for us to stay because we were in FF cosplay. But they showed up for a second. To say hi to some people, which was really cool. I did not see Robbie Damon. I did see Ray Chase because he popped in to say hello to like a Noctis cosplayer, then he left. But that's kind of cool. That's pretty sick. Unfortunately, me meeting you guys in person is going to be such a pricey ass, given that's also true, yeah, if you're across like the Americas, that shit's crazy. But they were there, which was pretty sick. I told you, I'm like mad. I'm so parched right now. But yeah, so after that, rest of the day on Friday, just screwed around, recorded some TikToks, which, like, when I go to a con, I know a lot of people record TikToks. I don't, like, plan on recording stuff. Usually it's, like, spur of the moment, which is the most fun for me. So we were like, okay, we've done a lot of stuff today. It was getting late. We were tired. There's a lot more stuff we wanted to do, but, you know, since the con closed at like 7 o'clock or something, we couldn't do some things. So we just kind of hung around for a bit and screwed off. So I got some pictures that we took. So we got some cool pictures. So boom, first one, me and Zach were aura farming in front of this thing here. I thought it was a cool picture, so I wanted to include it in the slides. But so we got this picture, but the main thing I wanted to show was us fucking around at the end of the day. So Javits Center is where New York Comic Con is held, and it's absolutely giant. So there's like 5 levels. There's a lot of stuff. And so we were in the bottom level 3, and we were like, okay, let's do something silly. Let's like do some lines from the movie. Because Zach and Coco love Star Wars. They know, they're theater kids, so they know lines from the movie, like a lot of lines. Okay, trust me. What up, Sam? And so I'm not a theater kid, even if that's hard to believe, which I don't think that'd be hard to believe, but I'm not. I don't really like theater that much. Beside the point, they were like, we should like do this. Like we were just messing around, and Zach was standing. So oh my god, wait, I'm getting it mixed up. So Zach was standing at the top of this staircase, just standing there, and he was like, "Get a picture of me standing up here," right? It was just like whatever, and it was a joke because he wanted some pictures, and it was funny, right? And so then I was at the bottom, and I was like, "Hold up, we should like recreate like a scene or something, right? Like at the end of episode 3." And so he was like, "Okay, cool, let's do that." Aired me out. Sorry. I hope you were crazy. I don't like saying I didn't actually know what that was. Because we were walking around the con on Friday, and a girl walked by, and she was like, "Hey, Anakin, I have sand for you." As like, she was walking away, like doing something with who she was with, but she like saw me and like was saying that as she was walking away, and she was like, "Anakin, I have sand for you," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Wait, what do you mean?" She's like, "I have sand," as like a joke, and they kept walking, but I was really confused. And then later in the day, they brought up the sand thing, Coco and Zach, like when we were doing this, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, that kid must have thought I was like a fake fan, which I'm not a fake fan. I've seen all the movies recently as of the beginning of this year. I've seen the newer or the older ones, and I love them, but like I didn't know, dude. And so I say that, bro. And Coco and Zach start just hitting the lines from the movie. They just start going like boom right away. They're like, "Oh, you don't know the sand bit?" And they're like, and they just start saying for word to word what he says about the sand. He's like, they're like, I don't even fucking know what it was, but they were just saying it off the off the fucking, off the tongue, off the dome. Like, it was crazy. And so that actually happened, which is funny. But also, with other lines, we were standing down here messing around, and so Zach was like, wait, we should do the scene from episode 3 where it's like Obi-Wan versus Anakin, and, you know, it's like the final battle, whatever it's called. I forget. I'm a fake fan once again. Poser, Anakin. I know I'm a poser, man. And so Zach, he knows all the lines by heart. Coco also knows all the lines by heart. And so they're trying to teach me the 2 things I had to say. It's Obi-Wan says something, and Anakin is like, you took her from me. And then Obi-Wan says something else again. And then Anakin says, you will... Oh, my God. I forget what it was, bro. It was like, you took her from me, or you will not take her from me. And then, well, I don't know the other one. I don't even remember it now. But he says a line, I say a line. He says a line, I say a line. Then he says another line. So Zach has 2 times the things I have to say, but each thing he says is even longer. So we were... At the end of the day, there's a lot of people around, by the way, and I was really embarrassed, and there was actually people cheering us on. There was this dude in a Spider-Man cosplay with, like, his wife or whatever. He was really funny, and he was like, come on, you can do it. Because as we were recording this, I kept saying, no, I can't do this, because I was getting embarrassed and forgetting what to say, because we were saying it very loudly. It was... so that the camera could hear, and just also to be loud, not like in an annoying way, but like a silly, like, haha, like whatever. We're at Comic-Con, you know? But... It's just, I think I have the full clip. And that was really... I got really embarrassed. Hold on, let me find the actual one. We should have the actual one. I think this is the actual one. Trust me, this took like, not 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, maybe 10. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating a bit, but it took a while. It was like 4 to 5 to maybe 6 takes. I just really didn't know. Oh, okay, that's the same clip. Fuck. Okay, well then here's the other one. Thank you, Desi. I appreciate it. And then the dude, this shit is so funny. Oh my God, this guy thinks he tried to duck, which was very nice of him to do. What we were recording though was not at all important, or so you know, him doing this like. Also, even if we were recording something really important, that wouldn't have done jack shit, dude. That wouldn't have done jack shit. Look at this duck. I can't hate the guy because it was very kind of him in the first place because he didn't even realize it. But I was like, dude, what was that? But it was funny. But let me play the whole clip. And that's the whole thing. So I say like 2 things. Zach has like 7 to 8 lines total or some crazy shit, which he was killing it though. Every time he was killing it. He had the voice going. He was fitted up. It's like he was crushing the way he was. That's not the full one. Well, I don't have the edited one. I didn't send it, but. So this was the successful take. I think Coco's going to post it on TikTok or something, so you can watch it there, or I don't know. But she'll post it in like a day or 2. Either way, that was embarrassing. The reason I brought this up because it was funny, and it was just really embarrassing for me to do. And, dude, like, so you saw we were recording it in the middle. We were recording it with like, no one around. There was some people here and there. But, why is there a fucking fly in my room? This was at like 7 o'clock or something, and then because it took so long, a panel came out from behind us, which was a massive room, by the way, and so it just got flooded with people. And so after the 10 minutes of us trying, the steps then had people sitting on it and lots of people walking up the steps, and so we were like, fuck, okay, we gotta move to the left step so we're not in the way and we're not being annoying. And even then, there was still a lot of people, and it was really difficult, but it was funny. And so, yeah, Friday was great. We did Star Wars, like I said, and then also we did a fake... Oh, my God, look, dude, look at everybody. Yeah, this is seconds after we did the thing previously. We were like, let's do a fake sword battle as a joke. And the dude, there's... God. This is purposely bad. That's all we get. It's a 10-second clip. That's all it was, because I was once again too embarrassed to get into it because there's a lot of people watching. So that's why it's only 10 seconds. I'll learn the choreography eventually, okay? But it was really challenging for me, okay? I was really embarrassed. And so, yeah, that was Friday. What else did we do? That's a picture that's pretty cool looking. I was practicing the saber twirl because Zach knows how to do it exceptionally. But I was getting it for a bit, though. Okay. Okay. There we go. Before I turned off the lightsaber by hitting it on my butt because it was running out of battery. Says the man who posted himself as a mermaid. Well, yeah, that's true. Hold up. Do I get it? A little bit there. Shout out to Coco for recording it. I don't even know. But I didn't. We weren't telling her to record it. She actually was like, so we were doing this, and then she was like, guys, keep going. I want to record it, which is funny. But yeah. Either way, shout out Zach also for giving me the episode 2 lightsaber. That's his, but he didn't want it because he has a really nice, expensive one. So either way, bro is lying. He had that shit. Well, not down pat, but I had it decent. You know, once you have the cons, everything how much more difficult and embarrassing. It's hard, man. It is. It's different when I'm in my room and you guys are a chat in Twitch. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe not. But so, okay, yeah, Friday. I'm taking a long time. Like I said, this will take a while. But Friday, that's pretty much what happened. Star Wars. I think there's more pictures. I'll post on Instagram and TikToks and stuff. It's on IG, whatever. There is like this one. And I don't have to show them. If you want to look at them, you can check them out on the social media, whatever. But, okay, so after Friday, what else? Let me check out the list. Boom, we did that. Okay, so Saturday, Chad. This is when Friday was a great day. Like I said, got to talk to some cool people, etc. So Saturday, Resident Evil. Okay, let's turn the music back on. So, but the people at the con expect that, yeah, they made it a bit better. I got better throughout the week with stuff because I did a couple more things, like the Leon video, for example, which we'll get there in probably in about 5 minutes. Which it took a lot out of me to do that, but I still did it. And I'm glad I did because it was really funny. But, okay. Saturday, chat. Resident Evil. So you may be wondering, what am I looking at? So if you don't know, I did RE4 Leon. Jill. Oh my god. Coco did Resident Evil 2 Claire. She looks just like Claire. It's perfect. Zach did Chris. Which he also looked damn good. Obviously, you know, he didn't have like everything, but he was originally gonna do something else, and he ordered shit off Amazon and cooked this up in like a day. So I'm glad he joined us because it's always fun to cosplay all of us together. So we had a great time. But so RE4 Leon, if you don't know, there's a mod, and he's wearing a crop top. You're not chopped. You look sick. Okay? But he's wearing a crop top with a black thong and a tramp stamp. And so if you've never seen this, there's many edits on TikTok, and that's probably where mostly it's from. There's edits and whatever. You know, Cloud also in Rebirth and Remake. Also, Cloud has like a womb tattoo crop top mod, I think. He has like a biker fit on. I think Cloud also has one with the tramp stamp. But like this is like a common thing, I guess, for like popular games with like hot dudes in it, is like give them a crop top, whatever. But Cloud has that too. If you're unfamiliar with the Leon one, just picture the Cloud one, but similar. Either way, this is really popular. This is old because it came out when RE4 Remake came out, and I think they even had it for the original game, unless they made the voice crack mod for the original game after the new one came out. Either way, this has been a thing for a bit. It's a mod, and people think it's funny, and there's a bunch of edits for it. Coco loves Leon. Boom. So there's that real quick. And so, wait, the Starbucks thing? Yeah. So that's what we did Saturday, because Coco wanted me to do this because she thought it'd be funny, and I also thought it would be funny because I've done Leon before, but I was like, you know what? Let's do like a little mix-up on things because because like I don't know, going to cons and cosplaying stuff like can get stressful sometimes because things are falling off, things are uncomfortable, and so I wanted Comic-Con to be enjoyable, like very enjoyable, comfortable, whatever. And so that's why I did Anakin, and that's why I did Leon, because Leon's very comfortable. It's just like a normal wig on my head. I have just clothes on with tack stuff. Nothing is like pooling, or I don't have to carry like a big sword. So Leon's very comfortable. Even though you're gonna question, okay, you have a thong on and you're a crop top, so I'll get to that in a second. But so we did this, and so to start out the day, the tattoo is fake, by the way. It's a printed on water tattoo that you can remove right away. You just get the tattoo print paper off Amazon. You throw it in the printer. And so I made a bunch of them. So I had extras for when I cosplayed again, because I'll cosplay it again, obviously. And so we did that. And so we were actually, first things first, we were on our way to Starbucks on Saturday. And so I don't like Starbucks. But Zach and Coco wanted to drink a little pick-me-up in the morning. And so when we got there, we were all wearing our stuff. And I was like, this is a little interesting that I'm wearing a crop top with a thong and a tramp stamp at like around the city to get to the con. But I was like, it's okay. Who cares, right? It's silly. And so we walk in, and the worker asks Zach and Coco if they're okay. He goes, do you guys need gauze? Like, very concerned. Like, oh my God, do you guys need gauze? And they start laughing. And they're like, no, we don't. We are not actually hurt, because Zach and Coco like beat themselves up. So they have like fake blood, as you can see. They had fake blood. They had like rips in their clothes. Coco's Claire. She has a big rip on her jean on her leg with fake blood on it. So it looks like they were just in an intense fight, or they got beat up on the street or something. And then there's me, perfectly clean, but I have a crop top on. And so the worker asked for gauze if they needed gauze, and they're like, no. And so they didn't, obviously, but that was funny because it was very sweet. But either way, after that, we got to the con. Okay. What about the backflip? I didn't do a backflip because I hurt myself last week practicing it. So I didn't want to backflip and then hurt myself again. So I will do the backflip with Leon still. It's gonna happen. I just gotta practice some more. I don't want to hurt myself. I gotta be careful. But it will happen, trust me. It will happen. But who created the tattoo? So the tattoo I just pulled from the mod, and then I just put it in a PDF and touched it up. I just touched it up. And I just like made it a vector, an SVG, so that it would print better. And that's all I did. Then I just printed it on paper and did that. So Saturday, we got there. Our first thing we wanted to do Saturday, I'm yapping about so much shit, man. Was play Resident Evil Requiem. Excuse me. That's the first thing we did. Because Capcom had a booth, and they had Onimusha, Pragmata, RE/Requiem, Monster Hunter Stories 3. I wanted to play Pragmata, Onimusha, and RE, and I only got to play RE because we were just busy doing a lot of other stuff, and we were only there for 2 days. So unfortunately, if we were there a third day, I definitely would have been able to play everything. But we got to play RE/Requiem. We got there right in the morning, around like 10:45. And we hopped in line. And we waited like an hour. And we played the demo. And it was so good, dude. Oh my God. It was so fun. So we played the demo that was at TGS. This wasn't like new or anything. So it's pretty much what they've shown in trailers of Grace waking up in whatever the building is. And the monster is chasing you. And so you're trying to open a gate. And so basically you wake up as Grace. You play as her. You have to find a screwdriver and a fuse to open a gate. And so basically it's just like a 10-minute section. I think there was a timer. We didn't get to see the timer, but I think there was like a timer on the demo. So when you start, if you didn't beat it, it would just end. But I beat it. I think a couple other people beat it. But it was only like 10 minutes, and if you didn't beat it, then it's fine. But everybody did get RE/Requiem pin, and I don't know if they gave these out for the other demos. I imagine they probably did. But we got a cool little pin for playing, which was awesome. So they also ran out on Saturday, right? Saturday? No, Friday. We went Friday, and we asked the guy. We were like, "Yo, can we play?" Because the line was capped. Like when will the line get uncapped? And And he said that they ran out of pins, but we could get in line if we wanted to because it would take like 45 minutes, and it was at the end of the day. And we were like, you know what? We'll just wait till tomorrow and come in the morning so we can wait less time and get a pin as well, even though we didn't wait less time. We waited about the same amount of time, which is okay. But we got a pin. Wow, so cool. Exclusive. Probably not exclusive for too long, but either way, it was sick. So we got this, but the demo was amazing. I beat it. It was very fun. It was kind of scary. I don't think I'm a scaredy cat when it comes to games, but I don't think I'm like some strong, like tough guy of like, I don't get scared. You know what I mean? So there were some good jump scares in there. But it was very fun. I enjoyed it. I cannot wait for February 27th, I believe, whatever it is. It was absolutely amazing, and it's going to be peak. All right, it's going to be peak. But we did that on Saturday when we got there. And then for the rest of the day, pretty much it was just like mess around with people and record TikToks and whatnot. And so I'll show you some pictures as well. So let's see here. We got the Leon picture at the Webtoon booth. They had like this weird, like, not weird, it was cool. It was like a light thing. So you could get like really nice pictures in cosplay. All you had to do was just walk up and take a picture. So I wanted to get some cool pics with Leon. And they came out very good. Shout out Coco. It was lovely. I did that. Another one. And then there was the other one that I posted right there. This picture came out crazy. The shot, the tattoo with the thong in the wig. I was like, wow, cinema. Great picture. Phenomenal. Lovely. So there was that. But yeah, so we did that. And then also I bought some stuff. Hold on, I bought some stuff. So I went to the DC booth. DC also had Lego Batman, a demo. And we wanted to play the demo for Lego Batman because it doesn't come out till like sometime next year. There's not even a date for it. So I really wanted to play because like RE comes out in February and then Pragmod and Onimusha still don't have a release. So I wanted to play those three because I was like, dude, I don't know how long we're going to have to wait until these games come out. So I want to play them now, but I didn't get to. Which is okay, but it really would have been cool because all the game demos that were there looked amazing. Pragmata was probably the thing I wanted to play the most though, just because like it looks fucking sick. Lego Batman was at the DC booth, all the way in the back right corner. It was so far in the back right corner, like it was the massive hall chat, and DC had their booth in the back right, but with their booth, which was so cool, by the way. They had Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, and Absolute Superman on this big billboard, which was fucking sick. But they had the Lego Batman Batmobile there. And then behind it, really can barely see it because it's literally against the back right wall of the fucking hall center for dealers, was 3 TVs with a line for Lego Batman facing the wall. So if you went back there to the back and knew it was back there, even if you went into the DC booth, you could have missed it, because we almost did. But they only had 3 TVs, and you had like fucking 15 minutes to play, 20 minutes. It was a long time, so it was like fucked. But I would have loved to play it, but unfortunately, it would have taken a really long time. But we went back there. Voice crack, holy shit. We went back there, and I bought some stuff from DC. Also, when we were back there, the official Resident Evil, so this guy with a Capcom shirt, so this is the back, so right here, chat, this like Superman thing, this was the back of the DC booth, and to the right of this was Lego Batman, literally right next to it. And so we wanted to go back here and get another picture, in our RE stuff, and we never did actually, but. And so we're right there, as you can see. So right here, boom, is Lego Batman. We're checking it out and seeing like, oh, can we get in line? No, we can't. The wait's gonna take forever. This guy walks up to us. He's getting boba, with a Capcom shirt, and he's like, hey, I run the Resident Evil Capcom Instagram. Can I get a picture of you guys? And we're like, oh, sure, that's cool. Like, yeah. He was really nice. Nice guy. And so he took a picture of us. Was the thong real? Yes, the thong was real. I'll talk about the whole cosplay in a second. And so he took a picture of us, and he posted it yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And it's crazy because, bro, it's on the official RE Games Instagram. The Leon... When he said Capcom Resident Evil, I was like, okay, interesting. Like, I trust. I did not believe the guy, but I was like, what account? Because I know there's like the RE Games one, there's the Capcom one. I thought there would maybe be like another one, but it's this one. And look at those beautiful glizzies. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, the hot dogs over there. But yeah, he took a picture, and it was crazy because Leon in the crop top. No, the guns. Oh, the guns are very nice. Yeah, I thought you meant the hot dogs by the boba stand, because there was hot. I think there was hot dogs, right? Yeah, but never mind. Yeah, we're on the Instagram, and so they posted. They posted the crop top. It's a good picture too. We all look great. It's an absolute banger picture. I wish I had the high quality on my own phone, not gonna lie. But that was cool. That was really cool. The comments are funny. Hold up, where is it? Slide to Leon. Wait, hold up. The Leon mod. Leon, I did not expect the Leon in the crop top. Also, there's a crazy one. Hold up, give me a second. I gotta find it. It's so funny. I don't think I've ever seen a mod cosplay to Leon. So that's crazy. They saw me on TikTok. This is funny. I saw this. Bro put the gay. I don't know who he was calling gay. Whether it was me or the Carlos, but probably me. Because this other one, this is so funny. Look at this. Hold up, wait. Why is Leon dressed like this? He is a man, not a woman. It's absolutely an ugly cosplay. I was like, okay, interesting. All right, 3am or am. I don't. This stuff doesn't offend me. I think it's funny. I was like, dude. And the comments are funny too. Hold up. Oh my god, look at all the replies. Tramp stamp, Leon is valid. You shut your trap. It's none of your business. I want to share my opinion, whether you like it or not, so show some respect. And then there's, I didn't read this. They must put their, so yeah, the translation is bad. But either way, and then whatever. It doesn't matter. Someone tagged me and said my cosplay is ugly. Shout out this person, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm sure a lot of people think it's ugly, and that's okay. Another universe, gay universe. What the, bro? Gay universe. This is some shit I say in middle school. When you're like, bro, that's so gay. It must be from the gay universe. But yeah, shout out this guy. Awesome comment. Hilarious. I love it. I don't even care that he doesn't like it. Like, obviously, you know, that's internet, that's the world, that's life. Not everyone's gonna like everything. So I at least his comments funny, right? At least he's not like being like actually rude. It's like fun. Obviously he's being rude, but like it's a funny rude. I don't care. I think it's hilarious. Beside the point. Beside the point, we were on the Resident Evil Games Instagram with these other lovely, talented cosplayers. This Carlos looks really good. But that was cool. That happened. That was right next to the DC booth, like I said. So shout out that guy. That was dope. Also, so the TikTok. Before I show you that, let me show you what I bought. So chat, I bought this Absolute Wonder Woman foil variant cover. This is like the only thing I bought there practically. So DC had Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman. They had foil variant covers. They had one for each. And Zach got the Superman one, which was really, really nice. And I got the Wonder Woman one because the Wonder Woman one was absolutely beautiful. It looks amazing. And I also bought I didn't get this at Comic-Con, but I bought these right before I left for Comic-Con. I actually got Volume 1 of Absolute Wonder Woman. I got Volume 1 of Absolute Superman. I want to cosplay this because Superman is awesome. I got Batman Year One as well. I got all 3 of these for $12 on Amazon, by the way, so that's really cool. But I got these, not at the con, but got the variant cover. Probably won't open it, realistically, because it's in this like plastic foil, but it's beautiful. Coco got some art, and she got an extra sticker for me. So she got me a Superman sticker. It's not supposed to be like a trans rights thing, but like it's giving like trans rights Superman. So either way, W sticker. Shout out David Cornsweat, Superman, goated. That's my Superman right there, but great sticker. So I got, that's pretty much it. Just these 2 things. Along with the pin, but I didn't buy the pin. The pin was free. And then the DC booth also was giving out this Daily Planet like newspaper thing that had like stuff on. I didn't get to look at it, but it's got other shit on it, which is kind of cool. It's probably like it's like advertisement stuff in the history of DC. But I got this because I want to do Clark Kent, so I'll use this for Clark Kent. But that's all I bought. I didn't really buy much because I'm broke. I'm unemployed. I literally have like no money to spend. And I didn't feel like carrying anything around. So got that stuff. And next, chat, to what's important, or what you probably care about the most, is the Leon cosplay. The Leon cosplay, the TikTok. So Saturday was great. I got to meet more people, talk to more friends, get more pictures with friends. And so I wanted to record a couple things with Leon because I thought it would be funny. And so I recorded 2 things. Not much because I was embarrassed, but I recorded 2 things. One, it was this bad boy. So this was in the middle of the day. Where did you buy the thong from, though? The thong is Coco's thong. So I guess I'll talk about the outfit. So the outfit, chat, everything's from Amazon. The thong is Coco's, and the stamp I printed. That's that. Literally, everything is homegrown or bought from Amazon. What? Yeah, this is just her thong, bro. That's why the size was off? What do you mean? I could pull that shit up, bro. You tried to save me there? I don't care. Yeah, it's just one of her thongs. That's it. So now we know Jordan is Snash. What do you mean, bro? So I pulled it up. It was falling down because I don't have like hips, right? Like I'm a male genetically, so I don't have childbearing hips. So it couldn't really stay up, so it kept falling down. So I had to keep pulling it up. I could have pulled it up way higher too, but it just wouldn't stay up. So I pulled it up a lot for like pictures and whatnot, but the video looks lower. Either way. Also I did do it's pulled up a bit higher there, but still I don't have hips, so like it's hard for it to stay up. But the thong, okay, so hey babe, can I use one? So Coco was wanting me to do the thong. She was like, you can use one of mine, okay? I was like, just give me a black one. Surely you have something. And boom. Okay? But, so for the outfit, was it stretched afterwards? No, it was not stretched afterwards. Because this one had like, it was like adjustable, I think. Like it wasn't like it was like big or anything, but it was like it wasn't like a fabric that could be like stretched. I don't know what fabric it was, but it was comfortable because I wore underwear underneath it. I didn't just wear the thong because literally, one, as a guy, that just wouldn't work. Like it would not be comfortable. I'm not gonna wear just the thong because why would you ever do that with jeans? I know women do that, or not just women, but anybody does it wearing a thong. People do it, but I'm not going to wear tactical pants, chat, with basically, like, no, you're crazy. Like, I know, like I said, I know a lot of people do that, but you literally know. Why would I do that? That's incredibly uncomfortable. I wore normal, like, sports underwear so that it was, like, it pretty much was just over top of the underwear, and I just moved, like, the, like, thong part. I just, like, pushed it to the side. Like, so it didn't go in my butt crack. It wasn't, like on top of my damn balls and shit. Like it was comfy, okay? Because I wasn't gonna wear it if it was uncomfortable, and I'm obviously not gonna wear it just the thong because it's not made for me, and that would not feel good at all. So either way, unfortunate. Could have discovered something about yourself. No, trust me. Trust me, ain't happening. But yeah, so I wore it over top of the underwear, and all the other stuff was off Amazon. But what I was talking about was the video. So I recorded this. Like, this took like 2 or 3 takes because I was very, like I said, embarrassed to record this in public, but I wanted to do the bingo line because it's iconic and because I thought it'd be funny. So I was like, hey, like, there's so many people here. They're like leaving. Let's record like me saying, "Where's everyone?" Whatever, right? So we did this. Where's everybody going? Where's everybody going? And so I wanted to start out facing this way, then turn around so I could show off the thong and the stamp. And the video came out phenomenally. Zach recorded it. Bro, look at this. Where's everybody going? The zoom out, bro. The zoom out, as like I'm like, where's everybody? It's cinema. It's actually cinema. Like it's perfect. Coco also was like, you should look back better, whatever. She was helping direct as well. So this was a team effort. You just saw the skit, yeah. Like during the day, I was like, like, is there like a funny TikTok I could make? Because if I don't get like really good pictures of myself in a cosplay, I want at least something to remember it by. So it's like if I don't have a photo shoot, or like I don't have a couple really good pictures to post or that I enjoy, I'll at least make like a TikTok or something so that I have something to remember it by and I can post and be like, yeah, this was really fun, whatever, right? So we had some Leon pictures or like RE pictures with everybody, but I was like, I know, let's just make a TikTok or two because it'd be funny. Because like I'm not gonna make something if for the sake of doing it, right? Like just let me like record me dancing because I have to, because I don't have to do anything. I don't have to make TikToks. But I thought it'd be funny, right? Like I used to make skits and like stupid stuff for YouTube when I was really young because that's what I like to do. So if I make like a TikTok like this, it's usually just because I think of it, or I see someone do something similar because I don't know. Either way, the spontaneity or whatever the word is part of the enjoyment of recording stuff like this. So we recorded this and dude, it went crazy. I didn't expect it to go crazy at all. But it really was a team effort of how it turned out. Like, the zoom out is crazy. Johnny Joestar in the back, it also is crazy. Everyone's commenting about that as well, which is really funny. It is hilarious. Okay, hold up. There's actually a lot of stuff. So, first of all, the comments on TikTok are crazy, bro. They are so funny. If you're bored and you want to scroll through and just look at some of these, it's hilarious. Like, yeah. So there's that picture there, but 92K, holy shit. But like the reaction images hold me back. Easy white chocolate. Leon, this is a crazy picture. Oh, Leon, I know that's also crazy. Someone show this to Queso. He should watch that. Dude, if Queso saw this, that would be insane. Holy shit. He probably won't watch it. That's okay. Leon Kennedy, I was unaware of your game, dude. This picture, dude, this shit. God, dude, there's so many. Like, what is that? What is that? What is that? God. And also, okay, so there's funny pictures, and then there's also people mentioning Antonio, and then people mentioning Johnny Joestar. That's the big three of the comment section of this. This one's really funny too. Not even a screen can stop me. This is a good one. So yeah, there's a lot of Johnny spot, which is great because shout out JoJo. I need to watch Steel Ball Run or read it. I mean, haven't gotten around to it. By the way, shout out. And then people kept tagging this Antonio guy, who I didn't know who it was until Coco told me that he streams, I guess, like horror games, Resident Evil, whatever. But he says the most outlandish, like crazy stuff about like Resident Evil characters. And so that's crazy. Is that a real tattoo that someone got? Jesus Christ. So people kept tagging Antonio. I'm surprised Antonio's not here. There was so much, like, there's a lot of comments, so it might be hard to find them all, but trust me, there's had to be at least 10, 20 plus comments saying Antonio, tagging Antonio. Antonio is quite crazy. I'm looking for some more now. I can't. More Johnny. Johnny. Straightest Leon fan, true. Queso just got a shiver. That's funny. God. Why is this video an hour long? Oh, yeah. No one else? Everyone, chat. Everyone keeps mentioning that I had hard nipples. They keep mentioning about my hard nipples. So either way, we can look through the comments. It doesn't matter. This is the NYCC recap, not the Leon Kennedy recap. So a lot of people were mentioning that, oh, is it cold? It must be cold. We can see them. They hit me with the fucking Diary of a Wimpy Kid gif. This is an all-timer right there. Jesus, man. More Johnny. Either way, it got I think it has 2 million views on TikTok and Instagram separately, which is fucking crazy. But so yeah, chat. If you don't know, it was not that cold, but that's just how it is. Wasn't it freezing over? It wasn't cold in the convention center, but that's just how they are, dude. They're just always hard. And this shirt, okay, this shirt was extremely thin, first of all. It wasn't that cold, second of all right? Third of all, my nipples are usually like that, okay? I forget what that's called. It's not like gyno or whatever the fuck. It's not that, but they're usually hard. I don't know if it's like an actual like thing that I have or what, but when I go to the gym and I wear like my tank tops or my gym shirts, usually you can see them. Which is, I don't know. It's not that embarrassing because it's nipples. Who gives a fuck? But that's how it's been my whole life. So it's not because it wasn't that cold out. Okay? They're just like that. All right? That's just how they are. And let's just say he never has to find a place to hang his keys. That's fucking crazy. That is crazy. God. Also, there's more Antonio. Oh my God, that's a crazy picture. Jesus Christ. Either way, we did that with Leon. I'm taking too long to go over this recap. So what else happened? So there's this TikTok which went crazy. There was this one which did pretty good as well. This is based off the dude who's like, if you're a baddie and blah 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 blah, this one's for you. His name's like Adam Man or something. So it's like, hey, let me do like a Leon Kennedy version. If you're a baddie and your name starts with A and ends with DA, this one's for you. This also took 10 tries to record because I was really scared to talk loud at the con because I get embarrassed once again, which is why, as you can hear, I'm like, as I'm talking, I'm not screaming. Like, you can clearly tell I'm like saying it in kind of a normal voice. If you're a baddie and your name starts with A and ends with DA, I could have said it louder, but it was embarrassing. This took 10 tries. I'm not exaggerating. Literally 10 tries. It was fucking difficult, man. I recorded this as we were walking out of the con hall because there was no one around. If you're a baddie and your name starts with A and ends with DA, this one's for you. So yeah, there's that. So there's that. But so yeah, Saturday was great. Leon was awesome. Got to see a bunch of people, got to meet a bunch of people, got pictures with people. You know, they'd be like, oh, nice Leon cosplay. I'd turn around to show them the tattoo. They'd freak out. They'd think it was funny. It was awesome. I'll wear it again 100% because it was just really fun. And everybody was just super, like, funny about it. So it was a great time. But that was pretty much most of Saturday, chat. Like, it was just do RE stuff. Got to play Requiem, which was awesome. Bought some cool things. And then went out to dinner with friends that night. And then I also got 2 parking tickets. Bro, chat. I got $230 worth of parking fine ticket because I parked one street over to the free parking, which I thought was also free parking because there was no spots, and I saw a single spot, and I was like, oh my God. But you needed a parking permit for that spot. But literally 100 yards over, was free parking. And I read the sign, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I can park here." Clearly, like I made sure that I read the sign. I made sure there wasn't a like fucking fire extinguisher by me. There wasn't like anything. I was like, "Oh, I got a spot. Awesome." Nope. I come back 2 days later. $230, bro. Legit. I spent less than that the whole weekend, and so now because of that, now it's doubled. I spent, no, I'm not even kidding, I spent like $200 the whole weekend. Probably maybe $230 on the dot for gas, because parking was free if I didn't get the tickets. I didn't buy a lot at the con. Like I said, I bought the fucking foil cover. That was it. Coco got me the sticker. And then food. And then like the $3 fare for the train a couple times. So I spent $200. Right? And I was like, oh, it's going to be a nice, cheap weekend. Like, the passes were really expensive. I can't buy anything because I just don't have the money to buy anything. And it's going to be fun. And it was that. And I come back Saturday night. I go back to my car to check and move the car because I wanted to park in a different spot because there was one closer. And I see 2 tickets. $230. The cops must have busted in their pants. They were like, oh, we can give them a ticket. Yes. They were probably so fucking excited, dude. And it's my fault, obviously. But that sucked. But the tickets, yeah, that was rough. Everything else, though, was awesome. Next time, that won't happen. But that really hurt the bank account, for sure. So, if you want to help pay off Jordan's parking tickets, you should smash that subscribe button or buy a tramp stamp, Lean certified resident email prop from Alchemy Work. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's also true, yeah. If you want the Leon Kennedy gun I had, you can get it off Etsy. Because it's really nice. Shout out. But yeah, that was the rest of the day, and then we went to karaoke on Sunday. We only went to the con Friday, Saturday. Like I said, it was expensive. Hopefully I can get a creator badge next year. I would like to. That'd be nice. Bye, Aquarius. And yeah, I applied for a New York Comic-Con badge this year for a creator, but I didn't have like enough followers and stuff. So hopefully, because I made a couple TikToks here and there for at the con, I made the 2 Leon ones, the 2 Star Wars ones. I wanted to make more, but I just didn't want to, it just I'm going there to have fun with friends, not make TikToks all day. But so hopefully next year I can go for all 4 days, and then I'll be able to get the pass for free and not spend the $250 because it was very fucking expensive. But that was cool. But that was that. We went to karaoke on Sunday. Didn't go to the con. Me and Coco just hung around because we were really exhausted and tired. And then the TikTok went crazy, and I was freaking out because I hit 10K on Instagram and TikTok, dude. Thank you. I want to say thank you to everybody. I put it on my Instagram story yesterday, but thank you for all the support on all the stuff, because 10K, that's insane. Look at that. I was at 7K, I think, on Saturday evening. And then Instagram, I was at like 8K. I was about the same on Instagram and TikTok. So I've gained 2,000 to 3,000 in the past day or two from the one Leon video, which is really funny. But I do really appreciate it because that's cool. I don't know. Instagram, I don't use much. In TikTok, I like to say I don't use much, but I've definitely used both way more recently. And Twitter's the one I use the most, but I have the least followers on there, which is fine. It doesn't actually matter, but it is funny because I should probably use Instagram a bit more because 10K is a lot of people. But yeah, thank you for that. Is really appreciate it. It's kind of hard to fathom that my Instagram quickly rose to this number because I think I switched it to Nightalize earlier in the year. It was different earlier in the year. Then I was like, you know what? I'll switch to it because this Instagram I've had for a while. It used to be my personal account, and I switched it to cosplay stuff. So I didn't really know what to do with it because I was like, fucking who uses Instagram, man? Then I started posting clips, and they started doing well, and so now it's like a main social that I use, which is cool. But either way, thank you so much, everybody. I think it's really cool. Now I can do playlists. When you hit 10K on TikTok, you unlock playlists, which is fun. And then you unlock monetization for like a minute plus videos, which I'm not gonna make jack shit from TikTok, which it doesn't no one makes anything from TikTok unless I'm wrong, but I highly doubt it. So that doesn't really matter. I'm most excited though is for the playlists, because now if you want to see certain stuff, because you can only pin 3 TikToks, you don't have to like scroll to the bottom. You can just click on these. So I made 11 Deep Space one, a Final Fantasy, and a cosplay one. Because obviously I post lots of stuff from stream, which is mostly what I post on TikTok. And so because, I have posted the Leon one, and there's the one of me falling off the car as Leon as well, and a couple other ones here and there. I want to make sure that people, like, if they don't want to see gaming stuff from stream, they can see cosplay. Or if they want to see something like Love and Deep Space, because I have a lot of Love and Deep Space. Here's the whole list of everything. I sorted it, so I had a couple of my favorite lads TikToks at the top, like the marriage celebration, the birthday for Raphael, the sea god, pool party, whatever. And then Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy is like my thing, or like one of my favorite things. So I wanted to make an FF section, because I'm going to post way more FF in the future as well, because I would like to. But did that, which is cool. So thanks. But yeah, chat, that is crazy work. But that's it for the New York Comic Con recap. Got this picture here. I made this silly little thing because I saw this trend and I was like, wow, it's crazy timing. So did that. But I think that's everything. That's it, man. I'm sweating. My face is red. It's hot in here. What else? I bought stuff. The videos went crazy with Leon. I met a lot of people. Hung out with lots of friends. I didn't get to hang out with everybody I wanted to hang out with, unfortunately. But that is all of it, man. I think, right? Yeah. Leon cosplay, RE Instagram. Got the 2 parking tickets. Slept in all day on Sunday. Yeah. There we also hold up. Wait, one more thing. Here's the full video. Coco made like an edit.
Let her go, Anakin. You turned her against me? You've done that yourself. You will not take it from me. Your anger and your lust for power have already done that.
There you go. The duck gets me, too. The duck is so funny. She made like a purposely bad edit of everything. Well, the wheeze is crazy. Bro, the wheeze is crazy. Yeah, you gotta post that. That's funny. But yeah, there's that. She wanted me to show it to you guys. But there's that. There's that. I didn't realize Coco was laughing. Dude, I didn't realize there's the wheeze in the background. That's crazy. Jesus, man. God. Is that everything? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Well, there you go. Yeah, Coco also lost her voice. That's the New York Comic Con recap. A lot happened. I didn't really go to any panels. I didn't really meet any like actors or get any photographs or autographs because it was really expensive. It was, some people were charging like $80-$90 for autographs and whatnot. So I know. I just don't want to do that. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the recap. We got more to talk about on stream, but thanks for watching the video. And if you want to see more pictures and other stuff, then check out the socials. Thank you for 9,000 subs on the second channel here. I really appreciate it. And for all the other goals on all the other accounts, that is pretty damn crazy. So goodbye, YouTube, and adios.